So I'm in trouble. I apply for ARCs left and right. What I did not expect was getting approved for like 5 all at the same time. And I just simply don't read that fast. Luckily, I have a 4-day weekend. So let's see how much damage I could do. First things first, let's get into the lineup. Luckily, I'm starting off strong and I just finished She Haunts Me Still by D. Elizabeth. That one was really fun. It's more of like a kind of gothic romance horror situation. It's set in the 90s. We have like the vampire epidemic going on. There's a bi-love triangle. We have theater majors prepping for Romeo and Juliet. And of course, the love is a star-crossed love situation. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I'm fighting the urges of ordering a physical copy just for the shelf trophy, but we'll see. Moving on. I'm currently in the middle of Florescentia. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, side note, I love Ivy Ophelia with my whole heart. She can do no wrong in my eyes. However, her book titles just don't do well with my dyslexia. Tell me why it took me a week to correctly pronounce the arachnid. I know that's not a hard word. It was for me though. But moving on, I'm in the middle of one of her other series that is getting released soon. It deals with an inventor who is married to an engineer, and this particular inventor has learned how to harvest luck from the stars. And a lot of their, I don't want to say success, but a lot of their luck in life, I guess, has come from some of those rituals that she's done. And early on in the book, this isn't a spoiler, I swear, her husband passes away in a tragic accident. And we find that her luck has run out and she has accidentally summoned a entity, if you will, from the stars, question mark? I think I'm like 35%, so still early to like explain the magic in depth, but what I really like is I've never read anything with like magic like this. There's like rituals, again, to like harvest this luck, but there's also like different beings that feed off human emotions. I don't know, it's really cool. I'm liking it. However, the main character is obviously grieving her husband, and that has been heavier than I anticipated to read. I'm actually buddy reading this arc. Me and a friend were lucky enough to both get a copy, and I have been keeping her waiting for sure. So my main goal is to knock that one out this weekend. And if I'm lucky, I also got a copy of The Cannibal, which is Ivy Ophelia's 3rd book in the Poisoner series. I am insanely excited for that one, but I also don't want the series to end, so I put it off until after this read. I'm sad. The reason I'm trying to make progress is I have another highly anticipated arc coming. I think this is my first physical arc I've ever gotten, but it's Hellbound by Ava Do. The author pitches it as Throne of Glass, but if you wish, Selena had stayed an assassin. From what I've gathered, the FMC is like the king's guard, and she has to work with the prince to hunt down like a serial killer loose in the kingdom. But surprise, surprise, she is the assassin. She's the killer. So yeah, I'm so excited. And I think the copy's coming in this week. And last but not least, just to make things more interesting, I applied for another audiobook arc this morning because I have no self-control. I applied for Until the Heart Stops. It is yet another forbidden vampire romance. If you see a theme, mind your business. I can't tell you anything about this one. But anyways, we're on day 1. Let's see how much progress we make. So I got one more chapter in, and my husband just asked me to lunch. So I'm gonna pause here for now. This is why I can't get anything done. I have no self-control, but I want a sandwich, so let's go.
Really nice, huh?
Yeah. This lighting makes me feel like I'm doing like a confessional or something. It's not that deep, I promise. I'm about 50% in now. Very minor updates. We're starting to get more scenes with the MMC shadowy figure, if you will. One thing I really like about him is he's not like a god, but he is like an all-knowing creature. He just hasn't experienced everything. So he really enjoys following around our FMC and getting to experience like curiosity through her. So he likes watching that, which is really wholesome. There's even a scene where he eats something for the first time. He doesn't actually like the food or the taste because he's not even chewing it. He just really enjoys like the experience of sitting and eating food next to someone because that's not something he's done before. I don't know. Very wholesome interactions. It's really entertaining. Other than that, I forgot to mention there's also these little like creatures that are just like little balls of shadow. In the way that they like interact with her, they would just remind me of like little black cats. So really enjoying those little aspects. Other than that, a new mystery has been introduced in the book that I won't talk about because I don't want to spoil it, but it has me even more intrigued to keep reading. Anyways, probably gonna eat dinner and then read more tonight before bed, and I'll check back in the morning. Day 2 of trying to finish all my arcs. Actually, I'm having a great time. I've been putting off reading all week. It's been a heavy work week. But yesterday I binged a little bit, so I'm feeling good about that. Since my last check-in, I believe I finished... Wait, I don't know where I'm at. Let me fact check. I don't want to give false information. I made it to 75% last night. It's interesting. I love Ivy Ophelia's writing and the worlds that she creates. We're starting to learn more of like the lore and the backstory. And on the romance front, I don't know if I would say there's romance happening. There's still a lot of grieving over her husband, which rightfully so. I feel like it would feel not genuine if she just moved on immediately. I think she's kind of struggling with acceptance in a way, and our only scenes between her and our MMC, I wouldn't quite call it romance. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's just it's a little smut so far, and that's pretty much it. But that being said, it's still a heart-wrenching story about grieving. I can't really tell where the relationship is gonna go yet. Mixed feelings on like the romance, but I'm enjoying my time nonetheless. I haven't decided if I want to finish that one today because I am buddy reading and I want to make sure we're on the same page. So we'll see if I finish that or move on to the Cannibal. On the audiobook front, I started Until the Heart Stops this morning while getting ready. I'm only like 16% in. Not enough to give you any like feeling so far, but pretty much what I've gathered is our FMC runs a blood donation, blood coven, what is it? I can't think of the name, but she basically runs like a house filled with humans, question mark, blood sources, question mark, filled with people who vampires can come in and like pay to drink their blood. You know what I mean? Anyways, so she runs one of those houses. The house in general is very, very poor. She's very, very poor, but she keeps getting anonymous gifts that are way out of like her price range that she feels comfortable accepting, along with love letters, and none of them are signed with the names. Now she's just trying to figure out who's sending those letters and the gifts. So I'm enjoying the little mystery, but that's as far as I've gotten. Hey, checking in from day 4. Guys, I failed miserably so far. But you know what? It's about the journey, okay? If you couldn't tell from the footage, day 2, I ended up getting terribly distracted, going for a midday coffee, going to the bookstore, getting dinner. It was a great time. I told myself I was gonna come home, edit a little bit, and then spend the whole night reading. I did in fact come home and edit, and then I laid right here to read. And then I think I got exactly 7% into the Cannibal before I knocked out. But I tried, okay? Yesterday, day 3, I kind of already knew it was a lost cause. I spent the morning doing errands and chores. I got ready and then we headed over there and spent the entire evening there. But it was fun. Needless to say, yesterday I also did not get too far into anything. I think I'm at like 85% into Florescentia. I will finish today if it's the last thing I do. And I'm also like 40 or 50% into the audiobook. We're mostly following the FMC. He's exchanging love letters back and forth with this mysterious guy. Flirting via letters. It feels very romantic and fun. Can't tell if this is a love triangle because there's another vampire that keeps hanging around her. And you could tell she kind of has like a little bit of feelings for him, but she feels very like conflicted because she's like, I've been writing this guy. Honestly, can't tell if they're the same person or if I'm reading too much into that. I'm liking it more than I thought. It's fun time. Okay, and then last update. Guess what came in yesterday? No one's here to talk back. It's fine. I'll show you. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. It's beautiful, right? Look, hold on, just a second. So my last art came in. I already gave a synopsis of this. Sadly, won't be starting this in this video because I haven't even finished the Cannibal. I can't wait to start. I think having it here physically, I'm excited. So anyways, that's all my updates for now. I realized I forgot to give updates on Florescentia. 85% of the way through, I still can't tell which direction their relationship is going for some reason. Right now, the MMC is almost giving more like obsessed. not quite infatuated, but like obsessive with the FMCs, having thoughts like, I want her to think about me. I want her to have nightmares about me, not about him, aka her husband, her deceased husband. So really interesting dynamic. At this point, I'm just excited to see where it's gonna go. In true Ivy Ophelia fashion, I feel like this is gonna have some major twist at the end and really throw me for a loop. So I'm really excited to finish. I need to lock in now and stop yapping. Okay, bye. Four stars. I can't say anything without spoiling it. But it's done. I need time to process that. Okay, bye.